Preparing them.
The meeting is being live stream. Okay, got it. Mhm.
Setting up your meeting. Hold on. All right, here we go. Preparing them. All
The
right.
meeting is being live stream. Okay.
Welcome, everybody. This is Henry from SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning. And we are live with all solar panel cleaning. And I have Juan here from Orlando, Florida. Welcome.
Oh my goodness, Henry, I am so happy to be a part of your program, your live streaming, and I this is my first time I doing this with you, so I am very excited, and I'm willing to, this is a learning from everybody. So there we go.
Very great.
Doing this with you, so
Hold on, I got some feedback over here, so I'm gonna try to get rid of that one right there.
from everybody. So there we go.
So how's it going up there? How's it going up there in Florida, Juan? Hold on, I got some feedback over here, so I'm gonna
as you
try
can
to
see in Florida, we usually this time of the year, before summer gets here, it start to get very hot, and we had rain and storms in the afternoon. It's sporadic rain. It can be raining in my house, and across the street it might not be raining, but the humidity and the hot is, we are into happy 90s every day in here in Orlando. I live in Central Florida. I live in Orlando, Florida. So for those who are familiar with Orlando, is Mickey Mouse and SeaWorld, the Universal and all that.
Nice. Hey, so you got a new brush
Correct.
that just came in.
Yes, it just came in a couple of days ago, and we are very excited to have it. The brush that we have is the Reichenstein. We call it the big boy. We call it the big boy.
So you got the J. Racenstein brush from Mark?
Mark. Yes,
AM
I got
Pressure
it from Mark, AM, PM.
AM Pressure Watching.
Yeah, big shout out to Mark. He, once actually Henry introduced me to Mark, and it's been almost a year or so.
Yeah.
We talk about it and saving money and working and getting better at this. And, the important part of this is learning and teaching and willing to listen to the people like Henry, who has been in this business for a long time. And if you don't mind, Henry, I would like to tell you audio to the people how we met.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go for it. I mean, I wanted to do this live today because I wanted to introduce you. You know, you're solar panel cleaner in Orlando, Florida. We talk all the time. Yes. And it's just something that I wanted to kind of throw out there because I feel like, we can do a lot more lives and a lot more stuff in educating people on your channel and on my channel and so forth, and kind of let people know, especially in Florida, what your solar panel cleaning services are about, and how they should be cleaned and so forth. So this is a great venue to do that here on YouTube. So I wanted just to kind of get this started on a Sunday evening. I know it's late up there, but
it's about 8:30 at night in here. So we have
okay.
regular time. That's not a problem. So for those who I'm in here in Central Florida. My name is Juan Saldarriaga. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I create a company. It's all solar cleaning services. And this all started almost two years ago, right there with the pandemic. I got COVID, and I was isolated in my house, and I couldn't do anything. With COVID, you were not able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So during that time, the only thing I could do, the only thing you could do is watch TV or watch the phone or read a book. And between the ups and downs that you go through COVID, those who have a COVID knows how hard for some of us were and some not. But thanks God, I have a beautiful wife, and she was able to
support you.
Go through all this. So I was looking, by the way, in the History Channel, I was looking at the one show that they were talking about the solar panels and where the solar panels were created and how, all the story about it. So I have a solar panels in my house. I will not mention the company because for privacy, we better that.
Okay.
So I start to look into the application that I was giving, right? And I
Mm.
look at the app and I start to look at the different month at the year. And and I start to look at see then the production it was decreasing instead of being up there in the 90 kilowatts, it start to be go down. So I start to look into it and look into it, and I make a book. I actually have it here. Then I went month by month for 2 years,
Oh,
and I
wow.
start to look and see what months and what days, and I start to realize and say, okay, some days are better than others. Some days are sunny than others. So I try to look at the weather that days, and and I say, wait a minute, something is wrong in here because it's not producing enough. So I said, I'm gonna call the company and see what they can tell me and see. So I called them and they said, well, your system is working perfectly. We had no problem. And we can check it in here and it's working. I said, but it's not producing enough. So what could happen? Well, they said it could be the cloudiness. It could be that it's not a good day for the solar rays to hit you solar panels. And he said, I'm sorry, but I did out in Florida, we had 375 days a year full of sun. Well, it's only 362. No, you don't live in Florida. When we had that,
Yeah.
it's 90 degrees, when it's not the same 90 degrees in Florida than in 90 degrees in Idaho.
All right.
So, and she said, well, it is what it is. I'm sorry. And he says, well, what about if you have anybody who can clean the panels? Hold on. So they put me in hold for 45 minutes. So they came back and said, sir, we don't provide a service. You
Hmm.
have to find somebody else in your area who can provide a service. But we don't recommend anybody, and it's up to you if you wanna do it yourself, basically. And I
Okay.
said, really? So that's where it hit me. And he says, wait a minute, I need to see how many companies, how many people is doing the same as I'm doing. How many companies are actually cleaning solar panels?
Right.
So I started to look in Google and Yelp and all those search engines, and I really only find two, and they were actually, but one of them they were not doing it anymore. So I start to say, what do I don't do it myself? Why do I start to clean my solar panels and see what the difference is? And that's what I started my first experience. And I told you the first experience, and everybody laugh about this, but when you go to the due process of learning how to clean the solar panels, you have to do it yourself. That's it. So I got a brush and a water hose,
Uh-huh.
and I get out of the roof of my house. So I start to clean them, right? Well, I start to cleaning, and it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard. So the first lesson I learned is don't get on the roof without the right ladder. So I got in there with the wrong ladder. So I was trying to get down. I couldn't get down. So the whole neighborhood was laughing about me. And then my wife had to tell another neighbor to come with a bigger ladder to get me out of the roof because I couldn't get down. I got my brush and I had my hose and I couldn't get out. So after that, my wife says, don't ever get on the roof. Leave the panel alone.
Really?
So yeah, don't do it. Don't get off the roof. Just let it rain clean them. And I said, okay. So I start to learn it, and I came down to start to look at YouTube channels and in Google and search who are the best companies in United States cleaning solar panels. And I came out to somebody called Henry and his partner in SoCal. And I was just starting. I only have I bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I thought that it was the right thing. And the first thing I want a water-fed brush, and I still
Yeah.
have it. With
And I don't mean to cut you off there,
no, it's
but
okay.
I worked with you for a couple of years
Yeah.
now. And I know that when you first started out, you started out with just a simple brush.
Yes,
You were working out of your cart,
yes,
even new vehicle at that,
yes, yes.
and you had just basic equipment that you were
Mhm.
using. And that's what I kind of want to, emphasize on this video here is, you didn't start out, with everything
No,
on top, right? You
no,
pretty much started out with just the simple stuff, put it in the back of your trunk, and then kind of went from there.
that is correct.
How,
So,
how did you do your advertising? How did you do all that?
well, to tell you the truth, I didn't have any clue, not zero, zero, what to do, how to do it, how to get any information, how to, promote my company. But before I did that, I learned something from Henry and Rick,
And Rick, yeah, my buddy
that
Rick.
they emphasize at the beginning, you need to get your permits, your license, your permit, your registration, everything
Insurance.
is insurance. And I was realizing that hey, wait a minute, I'm gonna start doing solar panels, but I don't have these. And what about if this happen? So it was a process that when you started a company, you want to be a success right now, right there.
Right.
It's 10,000 panels to clean. And then you look and it says, okay, how am I going to get to a second story roof? Now it becomes what kind of hose I get. I start with a water hose for my house. Just the regular hose.
Right.
So you learn as it goes. And I learned from you guys and other people that they are on the business, because you have to look at the other people and see how they do it. But I realized that, hey, these guys know what they're doing. They've been there. They are successful because they are very good at it, but I need help.
Yeah.
And it came down to make a phone call. And to make the phone call, I was scared as heck. When I called you guys, and the first thing, my name is Juan. I'm in Orlando. I try to have this business going on. Can you help me out? And you know what they say, folks? No problem. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us where you are.
Yeah.
And
I remember that phone call, and I know that I can hear it in your voice, and you were a little nervous and what have you, but it's just like anybody else who calls, they want to try to get that information and talk and figure out exactly what they need and so forth. And I kind of felt like, you were serious about it, but you didn't know the right procedure, how to do that, how to get out there and do that. So just to give you a little bit of history with Juan, he started out a couple of years ago, and now he's doing extremely well. So I kind of want to step forward to where you're at right now, and what was probably one of the hardest things for you when you started this business. What was something that really stood out to you as somebody that was new to the business, and if you can kind of enlighten people on this, and before you answer that,
yes.
I do see the comments
Oh yeah,
in the chat. So if you guys have questions, we're not going to ignore you. I'm going to answer your questions. Just put it in the chat, and then I'll go over them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Juan, if you can see it or not, but
well, I'm trying to figure it out both. But if you want, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Regarding your question, the most important part is planning. Know what you want to do, how you want to do, and the most important part then is number one, equipment.
Okay.
Get the right equipment. It might cost you, because I create my own, dialyzed water. I didn't have money. I start from you folks. I'm telling you, I started with big fat zero. And I was working two jobs and everything but I have this crazy idea that I want to be successful. But if I didn't have the equipment that I did have to start with, I learned through that. You learn through mistakes. But if you don't ask questions, you don't ask Henry. Hey, Henry, I call Henry, folks. How many times I call you, Henry?
Quite a bit.
What a bit. And
Yeah.
there is one that I won't forget. I had to do a paint remover for the house.
Paint remover. Yeah.
Paint remover. I had no clue. And I told the client, yes. Henry always says, never say no. And I said, how am I going to get this done? I got Henry on the phone and says, you need to do this. Relax. What are you doing? This is what you need to do. And I get the job done. Right?
Right.
And I learned from that. Number two, have confidence in yourself that you're doing something that nobody else is doing. And if somebody else is doing, you're going to do better than they are. That's number two. And number three is organize. If you are not organized, I am a mess. Okay? I'm a mess. But guess what? In my band, I changed, and remember, Toyota Corolla?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, folks, you put in your water fed pool, you put in your tank, you put in all your tools and everything in a little Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
And then you go to work and you show to your client, the house of your client in a little Toyota Corolla, and you start to get the stuff out, and he says, he look at you and he said, is that you? He said, yeah, I started.
Yeah.
Now, with experience, a little knowledge, and clients and stuff like that, I got a minivan. It's in the process of getting better at it. But you guys, if you are entrepreneurs like me, find people who really want to help you. People who really understand. And if you watch the videos from SoCal Solar, I cannot tell you how many times I watch from day one to today. I'm still going back again.
Yeah. If you want to watch somebody who's been in the business, I don't care what business it is, watch it from the beginning when they first started their videos to where they're at now. Right?
Don't go to my Instagram.
even with yours, right? You start to where you started your YouTube channel to where you're going to be in 2 years, 3 years. It's always an improvement because you're always learning. You're always going out there and learning the business and learning, and that goes back to what education, right?
Yes.
And I think, even here, we are still educating people here in California about solar panels. And a lot of people don't know that, solar panels need to be cleaned. So they get on the internet and they type in, do solar panels need to be cleaned? And then sure enough, videos start popping up and what have you.
Well,
so
exactly. That's what you're saying is exactly what I preach about it. I'm in here in Orlando, Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
It's about 55,000 houses with solar panels or more. Every day they are getting more. Educating the people is the hardest part. I'm not going to badmouth anybody, but the majority of the companies, they don't tell the clients when they install that they need to clean the panels.
Right.
Because they don't have the equipment, they don't have the personally, and they don't do that. They just sell the panels, correct? Right. But people start to realize, look, today, 25% increase on the solar bill. The companies
in Florida.
In Florida. And back in January, they increased in 10%. So in 6 months, they had 35%. If you have panels, you don't need to worry about that because you are offsetting yourself. You just paying a little money to be connected to the grid or stuff like that. Correct?
Yeah.
But educating people, I go to some places and And he says, what do I need to clean them? And he says, well, put yourself a week outside in the sun and see how you feel about it.
Mhm.
Or leave your car 6 months outside without cleaning and everything. What's going to happen to your car? That's the
Yeah.
same thing. The only thing that you're losing is money.
Yeah. And it all goes back to like even, and I kind of use this analogy is, you go out, you buy yourself a brand new car, but you don't change the oil, you don't change the fluids, you don't do any of that. The car runs perfect right from the get-go, right when you leave the lot. But then after a while, when you neglect all this stuff, it will start to break down, okay, after many, many years. Solar panels, when they get installed and they're brand new. And then they get activated a month and a half later, they get activated, and then all of a sudden they're starting to produce and they're producing energy. Now, a lot of solar installers, companies will not tell you that maintenance is required for solar panels. And that kind of comes back to, they had just passed the NEM 3.0 here in California 2 days ago. So people are going to be in shock when they find out what their bill was going to be in a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be not what it was 2 months ago. The news this morning, we had the news media basically saying that all three of our electric companies basically agreed on raising the rates on how much money you make a year. Now, in California, there's a lot of people that make a lot of money. Well, their rates, if it's going to be the way they're saying it in the news, then they're going to be paying a much higher electric bill in the months to come. And this is only going to better the solar companies. There's three things that, and this is what I'm going to tell you right now. If you can educate somebody, three things that you got to do, okay, to make sure that your solar panels are going to produce the energy that they're going to produce.
Correct.
All right. Number one is if you don't have enough solar panels on your roof right now, get as many solar panels as you possibly can. That's going to be limited to the inverter that you have. And number two, make sure that you clean these solar panels as often as you can get them clean. The cleaner they are, the more energy is going to be produced. Number three, you're going to need backup batteries. And those backup batteries are going to be able to store the energy during the day to where you're able to use that in the evening time. So you are not relying on the grid or the electric companies during these peak hours. And so there are guys out here, and I see them all the time. I visit with a few of them that have batteries, and what they have told me, what they do, basically between the hours of 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night, they turn their batteries on, and they use the energy from the batteries that have been stored from the energy from the sun during the day, so they're fully charged. They use that at night, and then at 9 o'clock at night, they shut it down because they're going to bed. They're not using the energy, and they're saving money from getting energy from the electric companies. And this is something that's going to need to be done in the future. I'm telling you this right now. There's three things. Like I said, you got to do those three things in order to start saving money now, especially here in California with solar panels.
Also, there is another important thing. If you planning or you are thinking about getting in solar panels, be sure that the company that you are gonna be working with is legit.
Yeah.
Had the experience, reputation, registration, history, and all this stuff. We, as all solar cleaning services, we don't install. We have a partners that they do install.
Hmm.
But my job is not installing panels. Our job is cleaning the panel the way they can do it. Now, if you're gonna see increase the Florida people tomorrow next month, they're gonna be seeing a lot of increase on the energy bill. Not just Duke, all you see is across the board. And
Right.
this is gonna be increasing. So the opportunities to put the solar panels in your house is, is worth it if
Yeah.
you can. If you can, and if you're thinking about it, that's an important part. Number two is how many panels, as you say, how many panels, what kind of production you need to have in your house to have it. If you can have the batteries, I know we have hurricanes in here,
Yeah.
oh, and the power is gonna go out, and those batteries are gonna be what? You'll die saving.
Yeah.
If you live in a rural space, you live outside, and sometimes it's hard to the power companies to get the power back or whatever. You have your solar panel batteries, it's going to help you. They are costly, they are not cheap,
They're
but
not cheap.
they are worth to have.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about you. Let's talk about
Okay.
your business.
Mhm.
Now, I want to talk about now as far as what you're seeing in your business in Florida. You're in Orlando. You have, do you have a lot of competition there in Orlando when, for your solar panel cleaning business? How is that going for you?
Well, I'm doing very well. There is not that many competitions in here because some of my competition, they usually say that they do solar cleaning, but realistically they do window cleaning. It
Okay.
might be the same concept, but it's not the same way to do one thing to another. It's a process that you have to do to be able to. For me, it's been a little bit challenge the way to be able to get the word out that I'm doing this,
Educating.
educating the people, because people don't know.
Yeah.
So what they don't know, how do they know? The word of mouth. I have done in a year, I have almost 85 houses. Okay.
Okay.
And all the 85 five houses that I have done, none of them has complained
Beautiful.
because you can see in my Google reviews, and Henry look all the time. He'll tell you when you are with Henry look at you everywhere everywhere you gonna
Yeah.
be.
One of the things that I do is when I'm looking at a company and I'm looking at solar panel companies, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at how they do their layouts on their social media, how they do their layouts on Google, how they do their layouts on Yelp and any other platforms, because you can learn from that, right? So
Absolutely.
I do notice and I do see that you're really big on Instagram, that you do a lot of stuff on Instagram too. So that's really, really good. Now, do you feel like you get business from Instagram?
To tell you the truth, yes, because most of number one, no. Let me rephrase this. Most of my business getting from Google. Uh, People go on Google and they search cleaning and they look at the reviews. And the reviews telling them, am I doing it good? This guy is trustworthy. Because if you got 80 people telling I'm happy, understand, he got the job right, he was on time, he was polite, he tell us from A to B to C, right? One thing that I learned from Henry is before you go, you tell the what you're gonna do, at what time you're gonna be there. If you
Right.
say you're gonna be at 8 o'clock, be 8:50. 7:45. Not
Yeah.
8 o'clock. No. I take pictures. And that's one of the things that is big. Take pictures before, during, and after. Send it to a client.
Yeah.
Send it. Ask him where I can send it the pictures, that way they can see the panels dirty.
Right.
Or if you find something, because Henry, sometimes we got a dinner, we got pigeons, we got rats, we got broken solar panels. We got, I got a guy a couple of weeks ago. I got there and he plays by the golf course. He didn't know it's like a mile and a half from him. He never get any. Somehow he got two broken, panels with the golf ball.
Yeah.
He didn't know, but I took a picture of it. Wow, he was impressive. I took a picture of this man. I didn't even know. I said, well, there he goes. And after you finish the job, be sure that you clean the place.
Oh yeah, that's the most important, right? Because that that's your first impression is your last impression, pretty much.
That is correct.
So
and that's what I learned. If you find the place clean, you leave it even better than when you came in. And if the client is there, you walk in before. That's what I do. I walk with the client around the house and he says, hey, this is it. And then after finish, I leave the hose, I leave everything the way it was, and they're happy.
yeah,
Wow, I didn't. If they're not in the house, you know what I do? I take a video of the house.
Nice.
And I send it to him.
And also, you have a drone. So
yes. Oh yes, yes. The drone. I'm telling you, folks, if you can get a drone, it's worth it. It's you don't have to have a DJI 3, DJI, whatever.
yeah.
I have a DJI too. I didn't know how to fly a drone. I found, I was trying to figure it out and I crashed it 3 times. I busted. Somehow I found a guy who was in the store and he says, what are you trying to do? He says, I'm trying to fly this. You're doing it wrong. You have to register. You have to register your drone. You do with the FAA. You got to get your credit. You got your talent. Because I'm telling you, you're going to go to a houses that you want to get your drone up and you only can get 50 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. The FAA regulations are pretty
exactly
strict.
Yeah. Get your drone, take a nice pictures from the top, from the side. If you guys are working, you got workers, you got people working for you, take a video. When you're doing, you can take video, you can take pictures and everything. Then you download it and you send it to a client and then you post it in your social media. It's big. But I don't want to go as this, Henry, without one important part. If you're going to do pictures, you're going to do videos, or got anything, ask the client if it is okay for you to take pictures and go in and put it in social media.
Yeah, that's very important because it's like
it's the rule of law.
Yeah.
If you break it, they're gonna sue you because and you're gonna have a bad review because guess what? Once you are in the house, they are following you.
Yeah.
Where you are, and if you are live in Instagram, right, like we do all the time, these people are watching what we're doing. So if I don't tell them and they see me in the house, making video of the house and maybe, looking at the pool or something like that. So
yeah,
I'm sorry, but I just want to share that point.
Nice. I mean, those are good points to bring up. How's the weather up there?
Hot.
Are you
well, today was almost 93, but I got a beautiful wife and she knows that I love airplanes. That's my life. I've been a pilot myself. I like air shows. So she said, let's get out of the house and let's go to Cocoa Beach. It's a 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I saw the Thunderbirds.
Oh, nice.
E-130 and A-10. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Then we head back home, So here, that's come out with another thing, Henry. We were talking last week that you were in the roof and it was cold, right?
Right.
If you're gonna go someplace like in Florida, drink a lot of water because you are on the top, and you can dehydrate it. You can out. I did.
You are going to burn out before anything else. I mean, it's like with bird proofing.
Yes.
You're up on the roof for many hours. You're doing that, getting that done, and you are going to be burnt out faster than your equipment or what have you. Even if you're, doing solar farms or rooftops with, 5,000 solar panels on top
Yes.
of the roof, you're going to be burnt out before your equipment actually goes out. By the way, speaking of your equipment,
Ah.
how do you feel now that you got a bigger brush, bigger equipment? How are you feeling about that as far
Well,
as the solar panel cleaning aspect of it?
the solar part, the part of it is, let me put in a words that people will understand, Henry. I was driving a Toyota Corolla. Now I'm driving a Ferrari.
Okay, wow.
Okay. If you, it's totally
You're talking brush
I'm
wise,
talking about brush wise. No, I
not
still have my
cars.
minivan. I still have my minivan, but I'm saying I was driving a Toyota Corolla and brush wise, right? Brush.
Right. Small brush.
Yes. And then I move into what? Into Ferrari.
Hmm.
It's two different things. One is very nice, the other one is nicer.
Okay.
But time-wise, I used to take an hour and a half to clean 65 panels.
Okay.
Let me rephrase it. I have the twins before. Remember?
I remember, yeah, you purchased.
I ask you, should I buy the twins? And it says, only if you can afford to get it.
Yeah, that's
right?
correct.
I saved some money and I got the twins.
Nice.
From 2.5 hours doing brush and a water hose, and then I get a water fed, it went to 2 hours. Okay.
Okay.
From 2 hours with the new brush, Liechtenstein, guess what? 45 minutes or less.
Or less.
Or less.
Very nice. How many times are you cleaning these panels? Are you only cleaning them one time? 2.
Sometimes I even do 3. I tell my
Okay.
guy, and says, if we don't have another house to do it, it says, do it slowly. Do it again.
Yeah.
Finish it. We done already. And he says, come on, do it again.
Yeah.
What we have to lose? I want those panels to be like a brand new panels. And you got to see the faces of the clients when you clean it right, because sometimes there are some guys that you see where the bottom of the panel is right here, they leave all the dirt in there.
Yeah.
And they think that the brush is that. No, be sure the new panels are clean.
Yeah.
If you're not getting up there, if you have your guys working up there, you tell them, guys, you pay them, right, to do the job.
Right.
So tell them, I want to take a pictures of the whole entire panels, up, down, side down, send it to me. Once I am happy, done. Let's get down, let's pack it up, go home.
Yeah.
But with the new brush, I'm telling you, it's like I am in heaven. And my guy who worked with me, he probably is listening to me. He's like, he got the first one, and he go like, how I do this? And he says, just play with it, just let it go. And he was so fast that he almost fell off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he went over a little bit over the edge.
Right.
And because he used to the other ones. When you have a new equipment, it's like learning how to do it with this one. Right? We show you videos, but sometimes videos tell you something, but realistically, you have to go up there and do it yourself and see how it goes.
Exactly. And it's even with you going to the brand new brush, the Racenstein brush that you have now, do you think you're ever going to go back to your 12-inch brush or what have you?
You hear my face, look at my face. No way, no how.
Right.
No. But we have it in case.
Just in case.
Because always you have to have a backup. In case then one of these goes out for any given reason, you can pull out and, hey, we had to do what we had to do, right? To get the job done. But to go back to there, I hope not. But you know what I think next? I want to have next time when I'm good, when I am as good as Rick, And Mr. Henry is F1.
Oh, gotcha. The robot.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see the robot and I say, holy cow, but this is for when you
Got to
get
crawl
solar
before
panels.
you can walk. So you want to make sure that you have the equipment, you use the equipment and get used to the equipment, then you move up.
Absolutely.
you
You
move
have
up
any,
to bigger jobs.
anybody has any questions, please? Do you know that anybody's looking into have any questions or anything that you know in there? I have a friend of mine just text me in WhatsApp and I send it to the link, right? And he says, Juan, what is the number one thing that you had to do in order to get the word out? And I said, the first is work on your social media. Work on the social media, and I'm learning how to do my YouTube channel. I'm working in my Instagram. I'm working in my Facebook. Things that I haven't done in my life because you do Facebook, your personal Facebook, right?
Right.
But when you do business, it's completely different. And that's the important part because a lot of people, and you know it, they fix both of them. They put the business with the family, business and family. Pictures of the family vacationing and doing all kinds of stuff at the beach and everything, and they put it on the business. Folks, it don't work that way.
Yeah.
People don't want to see your family. They want to see what you do, your work. You want to go to a corporations. You want to go to work with the government. You want to do stuff that I'm trying to get there. Guess what? They are not looking in there. They are looking in my reviews. They are looking in my videos. They are looking in the how you perform. If you don't have your own if you don't have your business, Facebook, create one. The same as Instagram.
Yeah,
say,
and
Google my
I'm going to
business.
be honest, I am not a big Facebook fan.
But
So
it's still there. It's a social media.
I do have my business page on Facebook, but it's not like my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel outranks everything, Instagram, TikTok, what have you. People find me on YouTube, and so they contact me, and we talk and so forth. Customers actually find me on YouTube, and I'm giving
I'm
out
gonna be
quotes.
working on that.
Well, that's one thing I definitely want to help you with. I want
Yes,
to
and
help
I
you
know
with,
you are.
yeah, your YouTube
Well,
channel.
it's just the way I'm learning how to walk.
Well, yeah, it's with anything, it does take time. But if you go out there and do the things slowly but surely, it will start to grow. Just for example, Mark and myself, when we were, doing our shows together, he got his YouTube channel up, and then now he's over 1,000 subscribers, and he's on his own doing this thing, and we got to get you there too. We got to get you to that side in Florida, where people start seeing you in Florida and see who you are. And before you know it, you got people calling you going, hey, I saw you on YouTube. What do you price, your solar panel cleaning at, and, or your bird proofing or what have you. And it works. I mean, it works.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because, if you see in my Instagram videos, you see me with a funny hat, and I decide, it's crazy, but I decide to say, I'm not going to use it for a couple times. You know how many backflash got out of it? People texting me, hey, why you not wearing your funny hat? Just crazy hat. It just protects it, but it's something that will identify you.
Yeah, people do notice. People notice the little things like that. They do. They notice anything in the background, whether it's your TV in your background right there that they see, or your everything. They do see that. I do want to get to a few people here. Say hello to a few people if you don't mind.
All right, of course.
We have. I'm going to start from the bottom. We got Boom Boom Mahia. Hello, Henry. Love your recent videos on the ladder safety. Thank you very much.
Talking about safety.
Damn Daniel, I'm a little late, but I'm here. What's up there?
Hey, Daniel, how are you doing?
Epic Bargains question.
All right.
What do you use to pull out nests? I have been blowing with the power washer for hours. I can't get them. They're deep in there. All right. Real quick on that, Epic, we remove solar panels. We will lift the panels up and physically take them out. I have certified guys that go out and they work for Tesla. They work for Sunrun. They work for all these other companies. They know how to do it. So they literally will take it, lift it out, take a panel out, put a panel back in, and they're good at what they do. So if you are having trouble, I suggest you contact maybe an installer, work something out with them in case you have to get them to go out there and do that. If you can't do it yourself, that will help you and your business out a lot just by going out there and subcontracting some of that work out, because not everybody knows how to do everything when they start this business,
Absolutely.
So sunshine.
I learned that one myself too.
There
But
you
know
go.
what I also did? I bought extensions for the power wash.
Uh-huh.
You know, the metal extensions. Then you can put it. But guess what? I was doing it, and because the pressure wash that they came in, it lost one of the connectors.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah. And
I had to fix it.
yeah, exactly. And you got to be really careful, especially with metal, because there's power, DC voltage there, and you just don't want to go out and do something bad around solar panels too. So you got to be really careful with that. Let me see here. Sunshine City Solar Lights, Jamaica.
Oh,
I'll have to start somewhere. So we got somebody on your side over there.
Oh, here we go. That's awesome.
Hector Pacheco. Hello, Hector. Hello there, SoCal Solar Cleaning. Are you and Mark still affiliates? We've never been affiliates. We've been friends. We're still friends. We still work together. We still do our thing, except he's busy. I'm busy. And I did say this. I did say this a few months ago, that when things start to get busy, I pretty much, I have my company, Mark has his company, and we're working our companies and we're doing our thing. I have the bird proofing company. I have SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company that I deal with. And so I have my Amazon business that I still do. So I'm constantly busy. And, then now I'm getting into, the solar farms and what have you. So I'm still working, and every day it's people are calling, business is starting to improve. And as the weather starts to get hotter, it's going to get busier. And I already see it, because last year, this time, I was not as busy as I was today. Now it's starting to warm up, starting to get a little hotter, and people are calling, and we're booking for next week, and we're booking for the week after. And I don't know if you have the same thing, Juan, in your area, with the heat going on. I know you said it was 80 degrees.
Well, the thing is that, remember that we have in here the seasonal,
yeah, you guys have
pollen.
Yeah,
we had all kinds of seasons in here. We had the pollen, the winter, the summer, but we just passed through the pollen season, right? And the pollen stays on the panels. It's not like just they're gonna leave. Like no, the pollen is sticking to your panels.
The pollen, yeah.
And then you're gonna have dust, bird droppings, and even though it rains, if the rains stick there and they are still, it's gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
And the only way you can tell your clients is look at your production, look at your bill, and you see what I'm talking about. When they realize and says, hey, I'm paying $300 when I couldn't pay $80, is that big difference.
Well, I'm sure that you're going to get that, and I'm going to answer this question, Wi-Fi money. Hello. We'll answer your question in a minute. But a lot of times, customers will call the solar companies and ask why their solar bills are so high. They want to know what's going on with their solar. Okay. So this is why I got into the business, because when I knew when I got into this business 3 years ago that there was a problem with all the dirty panels that I've seen here in Los Angeles. Now, I did a Google search. There was no solar panel cleaners. There was window washers, and that's it. Now I have well over 60 people cleaning solar panels in my area alone, just in my area alone. But has my business slowed down? Absolutely not. It hasn't, because I go out there and I market and I market and I market. And so it's getting even more busier now. And now I'm seeing other people saying, is it still slow for you? And I'm saying, no, it's not. It's starting to pick up, but it's slow for them because they're not doing things that they should be doing. And one of the biggest things is, when you get customers that call the solar and they ask, why do I have high energy bills? Exactly like you said earlier in the podcast, that they will literally tell you to get your solar panels clean. And then before you know it, a customer is looking on Google, or they're out there looking and saying, hey, do you guys clean solar panels, and so forth? And that's it. The business comes to you pretty much, so, it does come to you.
It comes to you, but at the same time, it's important how you answer the phone, how you talk to them, because most of them, they know. They ask you flat out, how you clean the solar panels, because they read it. They look at Google and they find out. And I have a client, and he called me and he says, hey, how are you? And I said, fine, sir. How you clean the solar panels? Says, I use ionized water. You got the job.
Yeah.
Just answer the question.
So
Yes.
you use the deionized water.
Yes.
Okay.
Priority.
And
Yes.
this goes to the next question from
Yes.
Wi-Fi Money. Wi-Fi Money has a question.
Yes.
It says, does using groundwater to clean solar panels void the warranty system warranty? Thanks. The answer is no.
No.
It doesn't void the warranty.
No.
It will build calcium and hard water spots, and that will affect your solar panels.
Correct.
It doesn't void the warranty. Okay, we'll use rainwater as an example. How often does it rain in Florida?
Every day. Every day.
Every day. So, do you say that rainwater in Florida leaves hard water spots?
Yes. Some
Absolutely.
of them.
Yeah.
Because it's also important, Henry, the part of the town, part of the place where you live. If your house has plenty trees around you, it's not only the water, it's because after the waters come, all those leaves, all the stuff, where are they gonna go when they are heavy?
Yep.
Right down to your panels. And what are they gonna do? The panels make a spot,
sap, all that other stuff.
the other stuff that eventually is gonna be blocking the solar rays to come.
Yeah. So the answer to that question, Wi-Fi Money, is no, it doesn't void warranty on the solar panels themselves. And then you have a second question. I think there was a second question there. Javier Lopez from Puerto Rico.
Don Javier, buenas noches.
Buenas noches, Javier. Mr. Lopez. We have two questions from him.
Okay.
Would you recommend an electric rotary brush or a water powered one?
I will. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. I don't know if you know, but I use a power wash machine, a power wash. Why? Because it will give you a perfect PSI to the brush that you're using.
Okay. For example, you use a rotary brush for it and what have you. Now, to answer your question, I honestly, my personal opinion about electric rotary brushes electricity and water doesn't mix. Now, I'm always afraid I'm going to get electrocuted if there's a short or if there's something going on from my electric brush. I'm just afraid of that. I don't want to take that chance. I do use a pressure washer, and that pressure washer only runs my equipment. I do not pressure wash solar panels. That is the worst thing that
No.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
And then the second question here,
Henry, that will wear out the warranty. If you do the pressure washing, yes, it can be done. Nothing wrong. But if you do it the wrong way, you can damage the panels.
That's right.
That's what the warranty is gone.
There you go. And the second question is, do you use some type of soap?
Well,
do you want to answer that? Because I'm going to answer it, but go ahead.
I only use especially soap that I bought from Mark, right? That is specialized for cleaning the solar panels. And it's only that. I try not to use any soap at all.
Yeah.
Nice water, and that's it.
If you use Dawn, or if you use all these other soaps and what have you, that is really going to attract dirt to your solar panels. I don't use it. I only use deionized water. That's it. I have been an advocate for that for many, many, many years. I can clean solar panels just as good with deionized water than using any types of soaps, detergents, what have you. I don't do it. Me personally. Company.
No, I don't use it. I only use it for, remember one time then I have an issue, and I asked you and I asked Mark, and he says, what should I do in this case?
Okay.
And he told me, he says, I'm gonna get you this. Don't use it all the time. Do not use it. Only use it extreme. And because I didn't have my correct brush.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, and for me, it's like I don't use that. I don't use electric brushes just because I'm afraid of electricity and water. Just doesn't mix. I've been in the business for a long time. And I used to work on telephone poles for 20-something years. And I'm not, for me, it's like, no, I'm not going to go out there and throw some water on some power lines, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. Now, for me, I just don't do it. But they're great questions. By the way, Javier, thank you very much for answering that question. Now, how many jobs are you getting now here in Florida? How many jobs are you getting a day now?
A day
on an average, just on average.
On the average, I'm getting 2.
Okay.
2 jobs.
When you first started out,
the problem sometimes the jobs are too far away from one to each other, and I try to start at 8 o'clock, and it was and try to get them done and drive an hour and a half or 45 minutes to the next one. So we try to get it as many as possible in the morning, because the heat is too much sometimes to handle it. And when you get on top of the roof, on top of the panels, you have to be careful. Be careful also if they are too hot, the panels. And I learned this, measure the temperature. You have to have a gauge. Then you can look at the panels, and you look and it says, too hot. I had to cool them off. Take the water hose and like a rain, just cool them off a little bit, and then you do it. But usually I'm getting, 2 jobs a day, and I get in a lot of calls, and, it takes time for them sometimes to decide if they want to do it, because sometimes it's costly,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not cheap to do it,
Yeah.
And sometimes people think that it's too expensive, and it says, well, it is what it is. I just cannot give my job for free.
Yeah. So you're charging adequately. You're going out there and you're looking at the distance. You're looking at how many panels.
Yes.
You're looking at
one 2-story or 3-story build.
Gotcha.
There's some question that you need to find out, because if you don't find out and you give a price, and then you give a quote, right? And then you go over there and you look at the house, and I didn't bring the right ladder, and I only charging this amount where I should charge this amount.
Right.
And, that's some things that you learn along the way, trust me.
Yeah. One of the guys, Ashton Quinton,
Yes.
asked a question. Hello, guys.
Hello,
What's your favorite advertising method?
there are two.
Okay.
For me, there are two right now. One is Instagram. And well, excuse me. Number one is Google My Business. If you have not done your Google business, ask Henry how you get your you ask him how to get your Google My Business because it's free. Number one.
Yeah.
And in there you can find it and then you start to Google. And number two, right now, is in Instagram for me. I start, how many followers I start, Henry, when I start? 3. My wife, my friend, and somebody else. Now I got
when was that? How long has it been?
A year ago, 2
Okay.
years ago. Now I'm at 520.
There you go.
And I said, wow. Every day I tell Henry, because we get used, we are good friends now. And says, Henry, I got 525. And he says, you don't got too many. So keep going. And he says, now we have to work on YouTube. And he says, YouTube too? Yeah, that's it. But right now, for me, I'm not talking about YouTube right now. Let's see what happens in a month or so. But right now it's Google My Business and Instagram right now.
Yeah, one of the things is we definitely got to get you out there. I know that you have invited me to your radio shows.
Yes.
I was on last week on his radio show and I loved it. I mean, it was great.
Radio station, but we did the translation.
There you go. But in Florida, there's a lot of people that are not they're not educated when it comes to solar panels. Just like California, it's no different, right? It's when you get yourself out there and you start educating people on solar panels, because I get this all the time. People turn around and say, I didn't know solar panels needed to be clean.
Correct.
That's your number one statement on YouTube. I didn't know solar panels needed to be clean. Yes, they do. And I have many, many topics about cleaning solar panels. And one of the things is people do find me because they ask that question, do solar panels need to be cleaned? And I have videos that explain why they need to be cleaned. Now with California, with the new metering system and everything going on, prices on electricity, they're going to skyrocket.
Correct.
People are going to be upset because when they see that bill, they're going to flip. They're going to sit there and go, whoa. And what's the first thing they're going to do is they're going to call their solar company and complain to them and what have you. So it's always good to get out there and educate people and let them know what's coming, what's ahead. And I talked to you about this, Juan, and I sat there and I said,
yes,
California is really big when it comes to solar panels. Texas is really big when it comes to solar panels. Florida is really big when it comes to solar panels, and other states are starting to follow. So even with that, I'm sure you're starting to see a lot more solar panels popping up in your area, and you're getting excited about it.
I am excited, and also I'm excited to some of these companies are approaching me and asking me how I can work with them in order for them to offer them the possibility, once a year cleaning.
Wait a minute. You're not calling them. They're coming to you.
I have 2 companies that they call me, they approach me, they call me, and I actually meet with them and said that they would like me to work with them for the customers to have the solar panels cleaning. We were working on that, but it comes down to the deal or no deal, right?
Right.
Unfortunately, we didn't came out to an agreement because it's just a matter of opinion in that moment. I'm not saying that we might be coming back and maybe negotiating another price, but yes, the solar companies, the installers, the sellers, they know, especially the company who has been a while on the business. I'm not talking about the ones who just starting, because they are popping up in here left and right. Company who knock on the door and you don't even know who they are and says, you pre-qualify for your solar panels.
Yeah, get that all
Come
the time.
back to see who they are, what they are, and that. This company is about 2 or 3 years old, and they come into me and it says, we come and see what we're gonna do about it. It says, I'd be glad to work with you, but I cannot give my word for free.
Right.
There's no way. And they have, and we are talking and so forth. But there's many companies that they're gonna have to, when the clients are calling and says, why my panels are not producing, to the company who sell them.
Mm-hmm.
And they look in the system is working fine, but it's not. Well, you may need to have your solar panels clean. Can you do it? It's part of the deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, but it's not. Well, you need to find somebody. How are you gonna feel when the company is telling you that? It's easy when the company says, we have a company who clean their panels and work with us.
Yeah.
Give them a call.
Yeah. We have a few questions here. Boom Boom Mejia says,
Yes.
can we hook up the solar panel? Can we hook up to the solar panel frame for harness safety? No, absolutely not.
Nope.
You don't want to hook up your harness to the frame of the solar panels. If you can hook up and take a tile off and go up that way, then I suggest that you have your rope, your safety harness, and hook up. There's equipment out there you can tie onto the roof itself and go from there. That's how I would do it. I would not hook up.
No.
Frame.
And the other reason why not is because if you tie yourself to the solar panel and the solar panel came loose or is not properly in the roof, guess what? You're gonna blow up. You're gonna go up the sky, and who's coming behind you? The solar panel.
Yeah.
Why to take the risk?
Good point. AM pressure washing coming in says,
oh, look at that.
Everybody. Hello, Mr. Juanito.
Oh, Mr. Mark.
There we go. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Okay, Spotless Solar Experts.
Oh, I know.
Says, what's up, everyone? Quentin Ashton says, thanks for all the info. It was awesome being on the Two Bold Guys podcast. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? I can cut my hair and see if I look like Mark a little bit.
I don't know. Seriously. And then we also have guys out here from Puerto Rico. I have noticed a lot more solar panel companies contacting me, popping up in Puerto Rico and asking me questions. And there's a lot of guys popping up in Puerto Rico. So obviously that's right across from
solar is going big and big in Puerto Rico. The situation with the hurricanes, where everything goes out, there's a lot of companies that they are investing in Puerto Rico in the solar panels and also in the batteries. So it's a great opportunity for you guys. And this is happening, that they need to clean those panels. And the people who already have them, because if the power goes off, they don't have all the hour is out and they don't have the panels clean to produce energy. Guess what?
Yeah. When is hurricane season up there?
Start next month. Next month, June, April, June. It goes all the way to November.
Oh, so it's from April all the way to November.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we have a few hurricanes back to back last couple of years in here, and it goes on and off. But it was very bad in the coast, by Fort Myers, for Pierce. It got very bad over there. A lot of people lost their houses, and they're under construction still. but Florida is like a heaven and hell, for say that, with the
Yeah.
hurricanes. We're in heaven because we have perfect weather, we have the beaches, we got everything around us, we have Mickey Mouse and everything. But at the same time, we're in the corridor, where the hurricanes came in, it's like we are attracting to them. And these weather guys is like, the spaghetti, what they do, the spaghetti
Yeah.
forecast, is like, who is coming, what is coming, do we have to leave, do we have to evacuate? So it's it's awareness too. And this is a good thing. If you have a solar panels and you have to leave your house, be sure you have your paperwork.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
When you look at solar panels up in Florida, do you notice clean solar panels, dirty solar panels? What do you notice when you?
I can tell you that 90% of the panels that I go and see, they are dirty.
They're dirty.
They are dirty. They are brown. They are black. They are, the other thing that is happening again and again is a lot of people is painting the houses across the street or nearby, and they use with the prime and the prime flies.
Primer.
The primer, and then they go the paint, and I see panels completely white. I done about 6 or 7 houses, and they do like, and they didn't even know that the panels were painted. When we get that up there, and they said, "Excuse me, did anybody paint it?" Oh yes, the guys painted that. They paint the house in here. I don't know what the paint got there. And it says, "Do you know the wind? You know what they do? So what can I do?" And it says, "There's 2 options. One, put plastic over, and second, put a tarp. The tarp. That But if you're gonna put tarp, be sure that you turn them off. For the time being.
Yeah.
And who's gonna put the tarp? The painters. Oh, the painters not gonna get up there and says, "Well,
that's one of the biggest problems that I find here in California too. That you get painters that come in, they spray paint, and then they don't worry about the solar panels. And I just did a video on that the other day, as a matter of fact, showing how bad the paint was on a customer's house, even after I cleaned their solar panels, recommended to them, and then now we have paint removal that we got to go back on and take care of. Quentin Ashton says, "Do you recommend the robotics for residential cleaning?" No, absolutely not.
No.
It's too small. I mean, robotics is going to be for your bigger jobs, your 5,000 solar panels, 10,000 solar panels on rooftops, some on carports and what have you. So you don't want to use robotics for residential. Juan has the new Racenstein brush from Mark that he purchased. That's good enough to use for residential.
Yes.
You have the C1000, you have the Racenstein brush, you have the Solitech brush. It's got 5,000 PSI. I'm sorry, 500 PSIs coming out of that you can use to clean. You have water-fed brushes that you can use to clean for residential.
You have all kinds of brushes.
Right. There's so many options. It just depends how much you want to work. You got the counter rotating brushes that you have one that you use until you got Mark's brush, and now you're using the Racenstein brush.
If you guys can see how everything is started, I know people say this business is easy to make money, but if you don't have the right equipment, and if you can start like I did, like probably Henry started.
I did. Yeah.
Whoever said and started with everything, it says, show me how you started with everything, because if you have everything to start with, you shouldn't even be doing this, because how are you going to do something without experience?
One of the most hated questions that I hate, I do not like this question, is how much money does it cost to start a solar panel cleaning business? I hate that question. The reason why is because everybody has a different budget. Everybody has a different mindset of what they're going to go and start with, what if they're going to buy the best equipment, if they're going to buy the cheapest equipment, if they're going to go and get pieces from here and pieces from there. That's one of the questions for me. I cannot stand that question, because I sit there and I'll say, what's your budget? And then this is what you hear.
Mhm.
You hear silence,
It's
and you sit there
smart.
and it's like, okay, and I'll let you speak right now. But for me, that is one of the worst questions you can ask when you're starting a business, because you have to prepare yourself and sit there and say, I'm going to spend $100,000 on this business, or I'm going to spend $5,000 on this business. It's your money, and it's your money, and you do what you want with it. Just like JG Wentworth says,
I,
it's your money. You do what you want with it. So,
yeah, I agree with that. And
I mean,
what,
you didn't start out with a whole lot of money,
no, I did
right?
not. I did not. I will tell you exactly how much I start with, and I'm not afraid to say it. I start with the model with $10. Then I went and I gotta be honest, I went to Walmart and I bought a water hose and I bought a brush, the
Mhm.
softest brush I could get. And that's what I did. I didn't have a water fit and everything, but at the same time, I know what I was getting into. But before I did that, I need to put it down. What do I need to get there? If you're gonna start your business without I'm not saying without having your insurance ready,
Mhm.
without having your occupation license, because every county it requires to have your occupation license for that.
Right.
Then you got your company registered and everything. Everything costs money before you even get on the roof.
Right.
Don't get on the roof if you don't have the other stuff ready, because if you're gonna get it there and they ask you, show me your liability insurance, and I don't have one.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, whatever, it's
And
it's
going to
prepared.
that, people are getting educated now, and
I
they're
hope they
watching,
do. I
they're
hope
watching
you
the
are.
channel now. They're watching, a lot of channels, and I emphasize this a lot on my YouTube channel. Make sure whoever you go with that cleans your solar panels, that they have insurance.
Mhm.
Got to make sure that they have insurance. Got to make sure that they're
Ask
covered.
him. Ask him.
Anything that
Show it to me, or send it to the email.
I keep mine in my van. I have
Guess
a
what?
copy.
I got clients who ask me, put me in your insurance for 1 day.
Yeah.
And I says, okay, I got it in my phone. Who I name it to, who I send it to. Oh,
Yeah.
you did that? Oh, I never had that before. And says, why not? You
Yeah.
want to be covered, right?
Yeah.
Issue the insurance and I cancel it when I finish it. It's
What,
24 hours.
right. One of the biggest things for me is to sit there and show somebody, and I have showed people to where they're commercial, and they sit there and go, oh, by the way, we have a small commercial business. I need this, this, and this, and I give them this, this, and this. And you know what? They're so surprised and so shocked by it that they sit there and they go, wow. And it's always best to be prepared when it comes to that.
But also, it's very important. It's very important. Know your insurance agent. Know your insurance agent. What is the requirements? What is that you need? And the insurance agent needs to tell you, are a home base. You are a business.
Yeah.
Two different things.
I want to bring this up. Mark did a video the other day about an engine catching fire. It was one of his customers. And it brought up a very, very good point. And he threw that out to everybody and said, look, guys, call your insurance agent. Make sure you're covered for equipment. Make sure you're covered for that. And that's something I have never brought up on my podcast or my YouTube channel. And I thought that was very smart of him to sit there and say that, because it is a good point. You got to make sure when you go out there and get your insurance that you know what you are covered for. And one of the things too is equipment. Make sure that your equipment is covered. So you can go out there in case of a fire, you know, or anything else, somebody slams into you, your equipment is covered, it's not a complete loss, and you're still in business. And I wanted to bring that up tonight because
And
we
also,
did
I
talk
want to
about
tell
that.
you something else talking about the insurance. A lot of us, when we started, and I'm guilty of it, is I start my business, I start to clean it, but the insurance I have, it was my own personal insurance. My car, my personal insurance.
Right.
I was driving with all the equipment in the car. When finally I got to my agent, and he says, you cannot do that. You cannot do that.
Got to have commercial
You
insurance.
have to have a commercial insurance.
That's
And
correct.
he says, what happened if you crash or you have any issue with that? You are gonna be in deep trouble because your personal card, they're gonna tell you what you were doing. What you were doing. Well, I'm doing my business. What business? What? No. So those questions, those things are coming to you. And
Yep.
we hope we are educating all these guys that are watching us. Guys, we've been like you. But if you're going through a hard time and you go to a point and you said, I'm not making business like I have. I call Henry more than once, and I still call him, Henry, I'm about to quit. Yes or no? I'm about
Yeah,
to.
I mean, you've
I don't
been
wanna.
under,
I don't
you've
wanna
been
do
under
this
some
anymore.
pressures
I don't want.
a few
I
days.
don't want to do. I don't want to do this business anymore. I'm gonna quit, and I'm gonna go back what I used to do before.
Yeah.
And the next day, I got 2 people calling me, and I got the 3 people, and in one day, I make $1,000. Says, am I gonna do this? That I'm making this money?
Right.
So you're gonna have good days and a bad days.
Yep.
I just wish I can be like Henry that he showed me, guys. He have a. Do you have it with you? Your schedule. He showed me. And he said,
Showing
look,
people my
I,
schedule on YouTube.
I know that. I know that. But he said, like, look, Juanito, look what I got. And his schedule was whole every single day booked. And he said,
I'm getting busier and busier now, and
exactly.
I'm really proud about that. You know, so
You have a good help, but you got a nice lady
yeah,
next to you. She's amazing. She's around there.
yeah. No, she's back there.
Oh, okay. Because
So we got. So
don't
we
forget to tell her that I tag her.
no problem. I have Quentin Ashton. I'm sorry, AM pressure washing. Been busy all weekend working on this.
Awesome.
He's almost done. So, yeah, Mark has been working on his truck. I hope I can see it soon, Mark.
Can't wait to see it, Mark.
I also have Petra Hernandez. She says, hola.
If you have any question in Spanish, go ahead. Throw it at me.
Hola, señor Juanito. She said. And she has a lot of questions as a matter.
Oh boy.
Statements too.
Yeah.
She does say that you want to start with the basic equipment, then buy more equipment. You don't need much money. You always use an RODI water system.
Yeah.
Quality work with the least equipment, and you will grow.
Yes.
Good points.
Yes.
Also, she does say inland marine insurance, general liability.
Nice.
With an umbrella policy is a good policy to have. Now that's great. And so Quentin says, do you guys recommend focusing on solar panel cleaning and upsell after you get a job? I can answer that for you fairly easy. There are a lot of upsells that you can do to people when you are out there going to a customer's home and cleaning solar panels. There's rain gutter cleaning, there's window cleaning, there's driveway cleaning if you got a high
Swimming pool cleaning.
Swimming pool, whatever you want.
Driveway.
Yeah, whatever you want to use to upsell, that's totally up to you. Me personally, I don't upsell a person unless they really, really need it. For example, I was cleaning solar panels the other day. They had paint all over their panels. And I took pictures, I showed it to them, and I upsold them on removing the paint, and I got another job from it. But you can go out there and take a look of, you know, if there's pigeons underneath, and you know, if there's pigeons underneath or rats or anything else that are destroying your solar panels, take pictures, and you can always upsell them when it comes to bird proofing and so forth. You know, I'm not sure you know that I do sell the bird proofing material.
Oh, man.
So that's another business that I got into that is starting to blow up for me.
Yes.
To be
Well,
honest.
one of the things that I can ask is I bought from Henry about a week ago. I did a bird proving with the I I don't like to do Spanish styles. I'm sorry, but I
Yeah,
just because I am too clumsy and I'm afraid to break them, right? Because they're very sensitive. But I got a guy who does excellent job. We got it from you know, sometimes you have to cut them, right?
yeah,
I got the mission Henry. Guess what? It was just plug it in, put the clips,
yeah.
and go up. And my guy says, "Hey, how we did this fast?" And he said, "Because it's already cut off and it's already."
Yeah, I
So
sell a lot of the
good,
pre-cuts.
very good.
Yeah, the pre-cuts, the 6-inch and 8-inch for Spanish tile.
Yep.
And I'm pretty, and I actually got approved for Amazon, so I'm putting it on Amazon.
Nice.
And people are starting to purchase the solar mesh on Amazon because I already have it up there. And so I'm getting orders for that. So that's just another business that is an excellent business to get into. Sergeant Ringo says, what do you think about cleaning solar panels on the side until I have the cash to create a legitimate business, pay for insurance, etc.? You know, I've always had a really strong feeling about this, Sergeant Ringo, is don't get into solar panel cleaning unless you plan on getting into it full time. If not, then you better find, you know, time, because I've said this many times. There's a lot of weekend warriors out there. And when I say weekend warriors, these are the guys that literally go out there and clean solar panels on the weekend or after their day job. And before you know it, you put yourself out there on Google, you put yourself out there, people are going to call you. And they want their stuff done 10 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And they want it during the week, or they want it, you know, maybe on the weekends or what have you. So you don't want to sit there and say, I'm going to do this for a part-time job, because I did this as part-time for a week, and it became a full-time job for me. You know, Juan, how about yourself? Do you have a full-time job, or do you full-time?
I was doing a couple other things other than when I started, because you know, like we start a new business, is first 2 years is very hard to get the business going until people realize what are you doing so forth.
Mhm.
But this one is becoming my full time. It just, it takes the time to get noticed, gets the time to, you have to talk to people, you have to go out there, and you know, guys, you have a how you say, condominiums, right? A condominiums, then they have 20, 30, 40 houses. They all have solar panels. Try to find who's the HOA, who is there, offer them, hey, I give you a free cleaning today. I would like to show you what I can do. One person's here, everybody does it. But if you're gonna do this as a part-time, folks, it's gonna happen that you are doing the other job and they call you. And he says, well, you know what, I cannot do it until Wednesday. Guess what? You lose the customer because
That's right.
he wants
Because
to get it done now.
they're not going to want to wait. And that's usually the case, because when a person calls you for solar panel cleaning or any other type of service for that, they want to know, are you available, when you're available, and if you can do it right now, today, yesterday. They want those questions answered. If you turn around and say, well, I'll get to it when I get done with my other full-time job and get this done for you. And
Henry, I got a question from one of my friends. Ask Mr. Henry, do you clean solar panels at night?
yes.
I was like, I haven't done that, but I want to ask you
Yeah,
about.
I mean, we cleaned commercial solar panels for the schools. We had to start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were done at 4 o'clock in the morning, cleaning solar panels at night. Actually, I love cleaning at night. You just have to have good lighting. But I love cleaning at night because there's no heat. It's cooler. There's nobody there to bother you, and you can get the job done pretty quickly if you got quite a few people. I think I've done a few videos where I've showed you guys where I've actually cleaned schools, carports, and we've done it at night, and it worked out really, really well just doing at night. So
That's
yes,
good.
I don't like to jump on houses
No,
in the middle of the night. That's not something you shouldn't be doing. It's just a safety thing.
yeah, no.
For commercial, a lot of commercial companies might want you to work at night, especially up on the roof and what have you. So yes, you can do solar panels. I do commercial and only commercial at night, to answer that question for your buddy there.
Nice. They're asking Mr. White Money is asking, do we have anybody in mind who can do the company to that, the insurance? It depends where you are. You need to call the different insurance and you.
Yeah, I do have somebody in mind. I just left my phone number in chat right there. You can give me a call, Wi-Fi Money. You can, tomorrow, give me a call. I'll recommend somebody for you and get you the insurance that you need. Or you can check around for commercial insurance on your own if you like. That's totally up to you. Just Google it.
If you are in Florida, you can give me a call as well. I had somebody here who.
Okay.
Remember that I was doing the insurance and I called California, but at that time they could not insure me in Florida because there were no licenses or something to cover me here in Florida. So maybe you guys can cover now the whole United States, because I have a situation back then.
If you want to leave his phone number on chat, you can. That's totally up to you, Juan.
Mark is talking.
Okay, so we got Mark at AM Pressure Washing. He's referring to SoCal Solar Cleaning, which is not my company, by the way. That's somebody else that's on here. It says, just a heads up, I don't use anyone for clients. I have been in business for almost 15 years. Also, I did not go in a different direction. Still the same person and same direction. Henry came to me back in April of 2020. I sold him a skid and got him into the solar panel cleaning business, which is true. He did do that. He sold me my first skid. As a matter of fact, it's my only skid that I had, and it's been working for over 3 years now. We have been friends since then, and still friends. Just to clarify, good point, Mark. A lot of people think that Mark and I, just because we don't do the Two Old Bald Guys podcast, that we're not friends anymore. That is totally false. We are still good friends. We still hang out. We still, go out there and we talk to each other all the time. So there's no animosity between him and I. I'm telling you that right now. We are. I love him and his family, and I'm going to continue to do that. And you never know, we might do some more, just videos together, showing us doing this or doing that. Who knows?
The other thing that I want to talk about, Mark, Henry, is the advertisement that you do in your own vehicle. If you can wrap it up is important because you are mobile. You are mobile and people watch what you do, where you're going.
Yep.
And if you had your phone, your website, and stuff like that, people will take a picture and, try to call you. If you cannot afford it, put a couple magnets, in your
Yeah,
car.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a good point. One is, I have my vehicle wrapped
Yes.
and people follow me and they write down my number and they say, hey, I'm right behind you. What do you charge to clean solar panels? And then I go out there and I answer the phone. It's the best advertising that you can get out there, whether it's a small, if it's a small, just banner or what have you. There's guys out there that use like those little triangles and stuff that they put on the sidewalk with their business. So people are driving by, they can get the QR code and do that. There's a lot of ways to market yourself. We do door hangers. As a matter of fact, here's my door hanger. My door hanger, this is for bird proofing. I put these on every single home when we do our solar panel cleaning. And you'll be surprised how many people that will call you. So there's lots of ways to go out there and advertise.
And there is one last suggestion, if you don't mind, Henry. Then
don't mind at all. It's your show. Go for it.
No, it's your show, but
no, it's your show. You're yes. Go for it.
Gentlemen, there is one thing that you have to do, and it was painful for me to do it, but I had to do it. It was not painful. It was relaxing. You see this? Now, you see that, right?
Right.
What happened? This is my personal phone. I listed my personal phone in the business. I got in calls all day and I keep answering the phone. Hello, how are you? Oh, also like cleaning service. Hey, Juan, this is Mike. So it got to the point that it was business with personal. I get my second line only for business. Change all the phones to that. I got my text, and when I call, even Henry, sometimes he called me, I answer also like cleaning services.
Right.
That's a business phone. Folks, it will alleviate a lot of headaches if you go to your cell company, whoever, you want to have a line only for business.
That's correct. And I have my phone, right here. My phone takes my business and my personal, but I already know when a business call comes in, it's a different color. So I already know that, it's a business call. So it's a good point that you do bring up. That damn Daniel says, I got into solar cleaning after watching Mark Henry way back in the day. Appreciate that. And probably even with Rick, so Wi-Fi money, curious. How many solar companies offer cleaning for their customers? And do you see more of the solar companies offering the service? No. Here's the thing. We wouldn't be in business if the solar companies were going out there and doing their own cleaning for their own customers. They are so busy doing solar panel installs because they can make a lot more money.
Oh yeah.
You're talking $40, $50, $60,000, to go and put some equipment up. And why would they want to mess around with cleaning the solar panels? This is why they don't mention it to you. This is why they don't tell you your solar panels need to be cleaned, because they don't provide that service. A lot of these companies do not provide the service. When you call your solar company and you sit there and you go, hey, I got a problem with my solar panels, the first thing they're going to say is, when was the last time you had your solar panels cleaned? Then they're going to turn around and say, I would search on Google find a solar panel company near you and see and give them a call, have them clean, and then call us back.
Mhm.
That's what they tell you. Am I wrong?
Nope. No, you're not.
And most companies don't offer that service because they just don't have the manpower, the time, or it's not ludicrous enough for them to go out there and
It goes back to equipment. It goes back to knowledge. It goes back to how am I gonna do it? What kind of people are gonna have it? You know, and all that. So for them is not visible because they are already having problems trying to find installers.
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, I mean,
if they're having hard time, they're selling the products, but the installers are hard to find. So they're gonna put more pressure into them to clean the solar panels. And they said, why? You know?
yeah, Petra says they are in our area. Solar installers say that they can make recurring money forever. Yeah, they know that. These guys right now, California is really targeting solar panels. And they're targeting them in the wrong way. They're literally electric companies are raising their prices. Solar companies are basically saying, we got to install because of the NEM 3.0, and we got to get this done before that. And people are going, they're going, hey, well, wait a minute, I'm only going to get paid 5 cents to 8 cents per kilowatt, as I was on the average getting paid 30 cents per kilowatt. Now they're sitting there and they're going, oh, well, wait a minute, I need to, I need to go do this. So they're walking the pavement right now, selling more solar than they ever sold before. So if they're selling more solar than they ever did before, what do you think is going to happen with solar panel cleaners?
No,
It's wide open.
Wide open, yeah. Let's see.
Edgar says
installers are offering cleaning in the installation package. Some do, some don't.
some do, some don't. Most
Some do,
don't.
some don't. You might be
no. It is a maintenance package. And let's get this clear. A maintenance package is different than a
Warranty.
solar panel cleaning
Warranty.
period. I get this all the time. Oh, I'm covered under the maintenance. The maintenance is them coming out to you, them checking your solar panels, and them saying, yes, your solar panels are working.
Mhm.
Now, why is it not being, now, why is it not producing?
That was me. That was me.
You got to go call the solar company back again. And they're back at square one. It's just a revolution. So let's not get that mixed up. They turn around and sell a maintenance package, but that maintenance package most of the time does not include cleaning, period.
Mhm.
Dad Damn Daniel says yes, and with Rick on the channel, yeah. What I'm waiting for Rick to come on by. So
yeah, Rick will. We've been talking to Rick, and he will be coming his own time.
That's right.
When he's ready, you're gonna see, because we all meet Rick.
Yeah, Rick's a good guy.
It's a matter of time, and we know that he has gone through some medical situation and stuff like that, but he's getting better, and when he's ready, he'll be back to give us his very thoughtful thoughts about. I'll tell you the way it is.
Yeah, Petra says, Henry, they are starting to do that as part of the O&M program. I mean, that's not going to last. I mean, they would be doing that with solar farms. That's where the money is. Why aren't they going out there doing O&M with solar farms? They're not. And, they're getting guys like us to go out there and clean solar farms, residential, commercial, and so forth. Quentin Ashton says, do you partner up with installers? No.
Nope.
I partner up with solar companies,
not installers.
Installers don't have a damn thing to say about whether you're getting their customer.
Mm-hmm.
It's the company. I deal with solar companies and I work with solar companies to clean their customers' solar.
You know what? Because if you go with the installers, guess what you're gonna do today?
Let me
You're
ask you a
gonna have
question. Are
John
you,
Doe.
do
You're
you
gonna
work,
have John Doe today, right? The installer.
do
And
you work with solar companies?
solar directly? Directly. Yes.
Yes.
But the installers, they are no. Because basically they are trying to sell a product for the client. And then they're gonna tell you, what is my commission on that?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't want to deal with that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just you
A lot of times,
third party.
a
Good
lot of
night,
times the
Mark.
solar,
Bon
a lot of,
appetit. Mark is saying good night. He's going to have some dinner. So good night, Mark.
good night, Mark. Thanks
Buen
for,
provecho.
thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Enjoy
Absolutely.
your dinner. He always has good dinners out there.
I know.
Um,
The way he talks, the way he is, I think he got more. I think he eat diesel. You know, he's always on the going.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. This has been great. This has
Wow.
been,
How long we been already? Holy cow, more than an hour?
it's been over an hour already,
Oh,
guys.
my
We
goodness.
appreciate that. Hey, Juan, do you want to plug your
Yeah,
company in Florida?
I'm in Orlando, Florida. My name is Juan. A lot of people call me Juanito, Juancito. I don't mind at all. My company is all solar cleaning services in Orlando.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Cleaning services.
All solar cleaning services in Orlando.
What is your phone number?
407-663-3148. And you can reach me, 407-663-3148. If I don't answer your phone, text me, all right? And I will be glad to get back to you. If you are here in Central Florida, we all need each other. If you are a solar panel cleaning company and you are legit and you are doing what you're supposed to be doing right, call me. I'll be glad to. If I have a client that is calling me the neck of the woods, I won't mind giving it to you because I'd rather have you 25 minutes than me drive 2 hours or 1 hour and a half. If you are legit, if I can, if I gonna hire somebody called me in Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah.
I'm in here in Florida. Am I gonna drive? I'm gonna fly 3.5 hours all this stuff when I have Henry here who can go and do it in half an hour? Doesn't make any, So 407-663-3148 and also all solar cleaning services at gmail.com.
Perfect.
Find me in Instagram.
Awesome.
Now.
You were pretty big on Instagram. So Quentin says, Juan, what is your URL? So you have a website?
Yes, it's all solar cleaning services.com.
Okay, all solar cleaning services.com. Also, we have one last question from Edgar Gonzalez.
Señor Edgar.
For employee searching, where do you start? My first employee didn't like to knock on doors, and my second employee couldn't get over the heights. And here's the thing. I'll let you answer yours. I'm going to answer mine real quick.
Please.
I actually go to like different places. I may check monster.com. I may check the local areas that do hiring. Also, I will put myself out there on YouTube saying I'm hiring. I get guys that come in, give me their resumes, and kind of go from there. Look, not everyone is going to work out. There are guys out there that will, do worse than good. But then there are guys out there that do really, really well. So for me, I always try to find somebody who's experienced. You're not going to find somebody all the time. You got old solar installers out there that are always looking for work and looking for easier things to do. And kind of go on their own, and you'll find them out there. Put your word out there on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. Put yourself out there. Juan, I will leave you with the finishing thought there.
Okay, the finishing touch is if you are afraid of heights, right here. So what I've been learning, thanks to Henry, is first get the right equipment, get the right ladders, get the right shoes to get on them. And if you have the right person, somebody has experience as a roofer, or somebody who has been installer before, they have the experience. They know how to get in a roof. They know how to deal with it. So that will help you if you can get somebody. Lucky me, then I've been found a couple guys and they can do that. I just give them, basically, I just get everything ready, from just giving the Reichenstein with the pole, get up there and I show them how it's work, and they get it done, right?
Right.
So if you are afraid of heights and you must get on it, take your time. Take your time. If you need to put your safety harness to get up there. Now, important, Henry, if you don't feel confident, if you are, you just can't go over, don't get on it, because you're going to hurt yourself and you're going to fall off out of the roof.
Yeah. So
even though when you're getting up or when you're getting down.
So you have
also work too. People work on twos.
Yeah.
Never alone. Never, ever, ever do it alone.
Right. And I've always preached that, is always working a pair of twos, make sure that you have somebody up there or somebody watching you.
Yes.
Now you have hired guys for your company.
Yes.
How did you find them? Just to answer his question.
Just to find the question is the word of mouth. Also, I have a couple of friends because they do that kind of work. Handyman is one of the best that you can find.
Yeah.
Number two, if you had, like it or not like it, you're gonna have to pay good money, and sometimes you're not gonna make enough money in one job, but in the next one you make it better.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're gonna get somebody, just know the person. Go and ask him, hey, let's come and if you have solar panels in your house, I did it. Come and clean my house. Single story. Let's see how you do it. Let's see how you get your.
You had your guys go to your house, clean your panels to see how well they've done. Okay, got it.
Yes, because they live close by and says, listen, before I go to a customer house, come and do my house.
Yeah.
And then, I pay them. I pay them to come, 4 hours, 3 hours of the job. And he says, okay, how are you going to get on the roof? Show me.
Yeah, perfect.
Then that's it. The rest of the story is just a matter of training, a matter of how the job is done. There
you go. Well, thank you for that, Edgar. There you go. Hopefully he answered your question. Petra and everybody else. Thank you guys for coming on tonight.
Awesome.
We're definitely going to do this again, Juan. I definitely want to get out there and do more of these for you, just to get you out there in Florida. People start to see you and what have you, and hopefully get your business growing even more, so
the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit. Yep. So one last thing, guys, before you even get off this video here, this live broadcast, give us a thumbs up for all the information that you guys have got today. Just give us a thumbs up. That really, really helps us out when it comes to our YouTube channel. People do see that. And I want to thank you, Juan, for
inviting me over.
Spending all this time with me on a Sunday evening. I know it's late over there for you.
It's 10:30 at night. That's early.
It's on 10:30. I know you're going to get your dancing shoes on and get ready to go out. I get it.
Oh, but, please. My wife is telling me, slow, quiet.
Quiet. I'm too loud, probably.
No, I am the one who's loud.
All right. With that being said, thank you, All Solar Cleaning Services in Orlando, Florida. If you guys need his service, feel free to give him a call. We really appreciate everything that he has done, in Florida and cleaning solar panels. He's the guy to go to. give him a
Remember,
call.
we do commercial and residential.
Commercial, residential cleaning and so forth. So the first thing to do is pick up that phone, give him a call and talk to him and he can explain it to you. And with that being said, we want to thank everybody here on YouTube for joining us tonight. We really appreciate that. And we're going to do this soon. Again, I'm sure. I promise.
Yes.
So, all right.
Buenas noches, Petra.
There you go. Everybody else, for that matter.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you guys
Good
for
night.
coming on. We appreciate it. And we will catch you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys. Peace.